Hi, I'm Aaron Stash with the Electric Home Show, here in my laundry room. One of the last things that we electrified in our house was our clothes dryer. I'm Aaron Stash. Welcome to the Electric Home Show. Prior to this, we had a gas clothes dryer that we brought over from our old house, which was over 15 years old. Last March, we changed it out for this heat pump dryer from LG. Some of the great things about this are it's American sized. A lot of the heat pump dryers that we see from our European counterparts are great machines. They are smaller, and so folks might not like that size. They do great work, but this is more traditional to what we're used to in the States. This LG model is ventless. So what does that mean? We don't have to worry about dryer vents at all. Dryer vents can be one of the main causes of home fires. So if you don't clean out your dryer vent or your lint in your machine itself, that could be a fire hazard. This LG system does run on a 220 volt plug. So unfortunately, when we moved into the house, when we built the house, we didn't have an electric dryer plug. So we had to install an electric dryer plug in this room, running that all the way from our basement to this second floor laundry room. I would say that was probably the most expensive part of the project outside of the dryer itself. If you have an electric dryer today, good news, you're not going to need to do that. But why would you get a heat pump dryer instead of a traditional electric dryer? Well, you're going to use 300 to 400% less energy with a heat pump dryer than you use with a traditional electric dryer. And like I said, you're not venting anything outside. How does this system work? It's very similar to a giant dehumidifier, if you will. So the heat pump inside of this drum is helping to extract the moisture out of your clothes versus pushing a lot of hot air into your dryer, which can harm your clothes and is rougher on them. So this heat pump dryer is going to be friendlier to your clothes. It can take longer, but I will say I do the majority of the laundry in our house, and I've never really had a time when I was sitting there with a watch saying, why isn't my dryer done, right? I can do a load in the washer and then I can put it in the dryer. I've got plenty of time. Oftentimes what I've found with this LG system is it's actually drying it too much. And so if I finish some washing here and I'm ready to move it in, I'll check the dryer to see how dry it is. And very often I will pull those clothes out of the dryer because they're dry enough for what I need. I can leave them in there and they'll be super dry, just like your traditional system if you like. One of the great pieces about this is it helps us electrify our entire home. So your gas dryer is using quite a bit of gas in your house to dry off your clothes. With this system, it's completely electric, plugs right into the wall, and because everything has an app, if I check the LG ThinkQ app, it can tell me how much time is left on both the washing machine and the dryer. It'll remind me maybe too many times that I didn't take it out of the washer or dryer. And I can also do some remote functionality. What's also interesting is, just like a lot of our electronic devices today, there have been a number of over-the-air updates to these systems. Sometimes they're fun animations that go on the screen for spring, fall, summer, winter time. Sometimes they're additional updates to the types of settings that you can use for your dryer. I would say generally with this dryer, it has AI dry because the system is weighing the clothes and sensing what's in there to understand what type of setting it should be on. I will also say that with these paired systems, the washer and the dryer, if I have my washing machine on towels or bedding or something like that, and I go to move it to my dryer will automatically sense what setting it was on in the washing machine, and it'll go to towels when it goes to the drying mode. You can still change that with the dial here, but it's nice that it's recognizing between the two systems. Hi, I'm Aaron Stash. Thanks for watching the Electric Home Show. If you're interested in buying, selling, or transforming a home, Let me be your green home guide. Reach out to me today at aaronstash.com to schedule your free virtual coffee. Now, back to the show. This is the LG DLHC5502 7.8 cubic feet mega capacity smart front load dryer with a dual inverter heat pump system. So, maybe I should have called this the heat pump channel. It's the electric home show, but everything that enables our electric home ties back very often to heat pump technology because it just uses that electricity more efficiently than a traditional system. If you, like me, love to clean the lint filter, you're going to be in luck because this system has 3 different sides for your lint filter. So there's the main lint filter, there's an inside smaller lint filter, and then in addition to that, there's a third lint filter. Why so many filters? I don't have a vent. I can't blow that lint outside, like I was saying, potential fire hazard. So there are 3 different lint filters in this device to capture all of that lint in there. Behind me, my dryer has a water drain. Why do I need a water drain in my dryer? Heat pumps. So because I've got a heat pump and I've got a condenser system in there, I need that condensation to go somewhere. So my dryer has a condensation drain that goes in the same place as my washer drain out here. One more thing I've noticed, we are on our 2nd floor in our laundry room, and this will heat up the space. So maybe opposite of what our heat pump water heater does, where it cools the space that it's in, this system will make this space warmer than it traditionally is. Why is that? Well, think about your dehumidifier and how if you're putting that in your basement or a place in your house to reduce humidity, you're going to feel warm air coming off of that dehumidifier. This is the same type of system. It's dehumidifying my clothes, and that warm air does have to go somewhere. So it's coming back into this room. Is it noticeable or uncomfortable in any way? Not really. Again, we're in a laundry room, so we know that it's going to feel like a laundry room throughout most of the time. So not a big issue there, but if you're concerned about that, it does warm the room a little bit. I have seen some systems in condos and apartments where they're using heat pump water heaters and heat pump dryers. I will say that putting both of those systems in the same room together will actually help both improve, because this heat pump dryer is expelling warm air and that heat pump water heater wants that warm air and then expels cool air. So they can actually take that excess energy from each other. And so if you're in a closed space where you've got your water heater and your laundry systems together, these are very complementary to each other to have a heat pump dryer and a heat pump water heater. So that's our review of our LG heat pump dryer. It's been working fantastic. If you have a heat pump dryer, let us know in the comments how it has performed for you, if you have any recommendations. If you love this LG unit, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching The Electric Home Show. I'm Aaron Stash. Thanks for watching The Electric Home Show. Like and subscribe for more. Hi, I'm Aaron Stash, Green Home Consultant, host of The Electric Home Show, founder of the Electric Home Company, and now real estate broker with Exit Strategy Realty. If you're interested in buying, selling, or transforming a home, let me be your green home guide. Reach out today at aaronstash.com to schedule your free virtual coffee.